Are you excited about music in the same way that you always were?
Yes, I think music now is getting more interesting again, generally. I mean, we're very excited about our own music because I think we made one of the better albums we've made for many, many years, but looking at the music scene that's out there, I think it's starting to get a little more experimental. There's a lot of cool indie music out there. Some of the hip-hop music has mutated into something a bit more interesting again.
Oh, much has been made about coming up at the same time as MTV and making these huge bombastic videos. And there's like... there's almost something among... I feel like a nostalgia for that type of video and that musical product and people flying in helicopters and doing crazy shit like that. Is that something that still appeals to you? I memean, do you want to go make crazy videos?
I think we want to make crazy videos, yeah. I don't think it's necessarily has to be flying helicopters or auto gyros. There's helicopters without engines on the road. It's just a little lawnmower engine at the back that turns the propeller and makes the thing take off and go.
It's an executive helicopter.
Executive helicopter, exactly.
A desktop helicopter.
Yeah, and if it's a banker, then it has no propellers whatsoever, so it just crashes straight to the ground. And there you've just done with that problem completely.
In fact, we could probably make an entire video on an executive desk. It'd be very fulfilling.
We made our last video inside a ball of Bako foil.
He's not lying. That's the truth. We did spread it over some walls, though.
Has your idea of what's fun and what's adventurous changed over the years?
I think that the state of the world at the moment is quite similar in many ways to what it was when we put the Rio album out, with all the sort of financial crisis around the world, unemployment levels going up everywhere, a lot of problems with currencies, countries collapsing. It sort of reminds me of the late 70s, early 1980s, which was a pretty gloomy period, particularly when we were growing up in Britain. And I suppose a lot of the material on the first couple of albums was about that and about a certain optimism, as well as being balanced with how dark the world was at that time. And this album has that balance between light and dark in there. I mean, we write songs, some of which I think are about dreaming, some of which are about harsh reality, some of which are science fiction.
I think what we do is we present a way of getting through it without being totally depressed. We say, okay, it's all going on, but we're having a good time. And I think that's one of the wonderful things about music, actually, is you're able to convey your energy and your spirit to people when they're down. I think a lot of people turn to music when they feel quite alone. They want to hear somebody else voicing their own feelings, and I think people have turned to Duran Duran a lot to lift their spirits. I mean, we've become known as the party band in some ways. So, I feel we have quite a useful function to fulfill in these times.